What up? It's Chen Out Loud, and I'm back with another episode. All right, depending on what time zone you're in, why am I doing this with my hands? Depending on what time zone you're in, it's Saturday night or Sunday morning. My Sunday morningers, rest and relax. I got a good show for you. My Saturday nighters, I got a good show before you go on and do whatever you're going to do with your Saturday night. All right. I have a jam-packed show. Well, not a jam-packed show, but I got a good show set up for y'all today. All right. I got two breaking stories. Perez Hilton threatened to be sued by the Kardashians over their Rico claim. I made a video yesterday making the same claim, so maybe my cease and desist letter is in the mail soon. We shall see. Also in breaking news, Donald Trump deploys American troops against American civilians in Portland. I got 5 lead stories. Candace Owens risked her life over claims that Tyler Robinson is not the person who unalived Charlie Kirk, and she says the government is lying to us. Sinclair, the broadcaster, backs down and will now air Kimmy Kimmel live on their stations. Elon Musk caught and named in the Epstein files, and Florida is now an open carry state. Actually, that is 4 lead stories. My bad. In quick news, we're going to talk Druski, LeBron James, Kim Kardashian and Nike, Ice Cube, and ICE agents. As always, we're going to close out the show with questions of the day, comments of the day, and social discussion of the day. Is that it? Social discussions, comments, and questions. Yeah. Y'all know what time it is. Turn your TVs, your radio, your devices up. It's the weekend, y'all. Bam, 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 bam. I'm about to start this show. Let's go. All right, our first breaking story. For those of you who missed yesterday's episode, go back and check it out, episode 577. We told you guys about a story that broke from Ray J, who alluded to the fact of working with the federal government to bring a RICO case on Kim Kardashian, Kris Jenner, and the entire Kardashian clan. He was on his live with Krishan Rock, and he says this case that he is helping the feds bring against the Kardashians is going to be bigger than Diddy. Now, I did my due diligence, checked out with some sources, and I also said to you guys yesterday that although Ray J is known to be the troller of all trollers, I did find out that there's some truth to this. Now, a couple of people were a little afraid to touch this story. Another person that touched it was Perez Hilton, legendary blogger. I'm going to play a clip from you that he just put out a couple hours ago, alluding to the fact that the Kardashians has sent their lawyers after him to cease and desist to stop talking about this story. Now, I'm going to play this for you in a second. I won't play it in its entirety, but just to give you an impression of what's going on. Now, I'm not saying that anytime a celebrity sends a cease and desist, they're trying to hide the truth, because sometimes, for example, who am I thinking about now? With Tasha K. Cardi B famously sued Tasha K for $4 million. They settled with $1 million. Tasha K had to file for bankruptcy, but that was a salacious lie. They sent Cardi B and her team sent various amounts of letters saying, hey, this is not true, what you're talking about with me and stuff like that. And Tasha K never stopped. The fact that the Kardashian clan is sending out this cease and desist letter to Perez Hilton this quickly tells you a lot. I'm going to go to the clip right now. And like I said, I won't get into it again today. I went to it in depth yesterday, but while investigating the Diddy trial, the Diddy, allegations, the federal government did look into a few other allegations that have to do with other celebrities. And from what I have found out from a couple of very reliable sources is that during that investigation, they did question and speak with their Kardashians. And from those investigations sparked another investigation. Then they went to speak with Ray J, and that is what Ray J is alluding to. So this is at the very, very, very beginning stages. Just remember where you heard it first. Some of you might not believe it. Some of you might think that, Ray J is just talking. We'll see what comes of this. Here is Perez Hilton letting the world know that the Kardashians are trying to shut him up and shut him up quickly. Take a look.
Y'all, I am still trying to wrap my brain around what just happened with me and them. Hello, my fam. It is Perez, the queen of all media, the original influencer, Kardashian Jenner expert, and the family has just threatened me with legal action. But to go forward, we must take a step back. Yeah, Diddy. You might have heard Ray J was live streaming this week and he had some eye-opening things to say. Quote, "The federal Rico I'm about to drop on Chris and Kim is about to be crazy. Anybody who knows Kim and is cool with Kim, the rain is coming. The feds are coming. There's nothing I can do about it. It's worse than Diddy." Well, just moments ago, I got a letter from their lawyer.
All right, I'll leave that for now. I'll be checking my mailbox daily. I'll be checking my email, my cell phone, see if I will be getting any cease and desist. We shall see. I'll keep you guys up to date. And like I said yesterday, more to come with Kim Kardashian and the Kardashian family and the federal government of the United States of America. All right, our second breaking story. Donald Trump sending American troops to Portland in full force against American civilians. Now, I never thought I would even read a title of a story that says American troops against American civilians, and then on top of it, in full force. Crazy work. This is what Donald Trump posted on Truth Social. At the request of Secretary of Homeland Security, I am directing the Secretary, I'm not even going to say the word, Pete Hegseth, to provide all necessary troops to protect ravage in Portland and any of our ICE facilities under siege from attack by Antifa and other domestic disturbances. I am also authorizing full force if necessary. Thank you for your attention to this matter. I hate how he ends off like, thank you for your attention, your President Donald Trump. Like, he always has like these sign-offs. Anyways, let me read you guys some more details here. President Donald Trump is preparing to deploy troops to Oregon. He took to Truth Social, calling Portland in serious danger and announced plans to send forces there. According to CNN, Trump claims that immigration and custom enforcement ICE facilities are under siege by Antifa and other domestic threats. Trump has already dispatched troops to Los Angeles and Washington, D.C. as he plans for Memphis, along with multiple other cities nationwide. On Truth Social, he wrote, at the request of Secretary, I just read it to you. However, new figures show that Portland is seeing a decline in crime. Compared to the first half of 2024, violent crime in the city has dropped 17% to 17% in the first 6 months of 2025. Assaults, 18%. Robberies, 10%. SAs reportedly dropped 12%. And unalivings saw the biggest change at a 51% decline, making it the largest unaliving drop amongst all major U.S. cities. There was also a statement by Portland Mayor Keith Wilson. It says, I am proud that Portland is making real progress. Unalivings are down 51% year to date, and we've even seen months with zero unalivings. This achievement belongs to every family, community leader, neighborhood group, and faith organization that has stepped up to look out for one another. At the same time, we know that there is more work that remains and will continue to invest in proper programs, strengthen partnership, and use clear data to guide our next steps. All right, so there is the mayor. Is that what it said, the mayor, right? Yeah, so that's the mayor, Keith Wilson, saying that, hey, our city is great. So, I'll leave this to you guys to think what's going on, but every time I come on here and I tell you something breaking from Donald Trump, if you notice, it's always at the decline of something else. So it was Charlie Kirk, then it was something else, and then it was this. If you ask me, this is Trump's way to just keep people from talking about the Epstein files. I know that sounds so far away because there's been so much happening over the past 2 or 3 weeks, but that's what Donald Trump is doing. Are there problems with ICE? Of course there's problem with ICE. Is there really things going on in the world? Of course. But things like this, Donald Trump deploying troops to cities is just a way to antagonize the media, antagonize the left, and stir up his base. More importantly, it's to get us from talking about the Epstein files. And the reason why I want to say that is because I know that we do have a platform here, and the things that we do say at least do go out and spread. So I just want to remind everybody that the Republicans voted to not release the Epstein files all the way back, like 2 weeks ago when Charlie Kirk was unalived, and 2 weeks is not that far away. I know I'm part to play in it when I'm do report stories like this, but we should not let Donald Trump keep on playing this okie doke and getting us riled up. Get focused back on the real issue of releasing the Epstein files. Let me know if you guys agree with me or not. Like I said, are there problems with ICE? Of course, I have 2 stories. I posted it on the Trend Out Loud show, but it's not to the point where you need the president of the United States to send in troops to rally against other Americans. We have to see the bigger picture. We have to see what's behind all of this. And there's only one reason why he keeps on trying to antagonize the American public. And it's because it's the okie doke and he's trying to deflect. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. All right, our first lead story. This is a story I really am excited to get to. The government is lying. Candace Owens does not believe Tyler Robinson was the one who unalived Charlie Kirk. Okay. Couple of things that I want to say before I even get to this story. Well, 3 things. Candace Owens put this out last night. I just wrapped up the show. I wish I could have got it in, but I wanted to make sure that we at least lead off with it today. That's 1. 2, I'm going to attempt to read stuff to you. I'm going to have to really edit it down because she's really saying a lot of things and I don't want to get flagged. 3, do you guys remember when I first spoke about the Charlie Kirk situation? And I said, from what I am seeing just in the first day, I was like, I think that there's something more to this, and we should not just assume what the government and what the media is telling us. I feel like it could go deeper than this. I can't remember exactly which episode it was. And I said, this could be a setup. This could be a distraction. This could be maybe something on somebody on the right, could be somebody on the left. It just smells weird to me. And I got not backlash, but I got a couple of people even posted it on Instagram being like, I'm going to unfollow you. And how could you say that? How could you say that maybe somebody on the left or somebody on the right put this up and it really just wasn't him? And as you see now more and more stuff online, you're seeing about the blood swivel that was in. People are saying that, this is not true. He's really not even unalived. Candace Owens saying that the what lodged out from the gun got lodged in his neck. Why isn't there an exit wound out the back? And now Candace Owens is coming and saying that she feels like the government is lying completely about all of this. So this is not like an I told you so moment at all. I'm just saying, when you hear about these things, just know that the first piece of information that you get is the information that they want to give you. That's the lesson that I just want to put out here. And we always need to wait. And when you hear me question things and being like, it could be this, that's just my experience in these kind of things, okay? And the last thing I want to say is, and I've said this before, shout out to Candace Owens, because when she first started down this crusade, I was a little hesitant. And I was a little like, I hope that she is not doing this for clicks or whatever. And just want to shout out to her again. She is riding for her friend. She is riding for the truth. And what she is doing and what she is risking personally far exceeds any amount of money or YouTube AdSense that she could be making off of this. So shout out to Candace Owens, okay? So with that said, let's go on to what Candace Owens is saying. She says, I want to break this news immediately because it feels important. And I think if I don't break it immediately, something bad might happen. I hope I have earned the trust enough of the people to believe me when I say that I have verified this information and cannot reveal the source. Tyler Robinson doesn't want to do anything bad to himself. I'm sure you could read between the lines. The entire narrative that was placed in the media about him, feeling that way is completely not true. And there are many other aspects of what you have been told. His father having turned him in after a confession is also completely not true. To the contrary, Tyler Robinson maintains his innocence and has never been to the UVU campus. There's absolutely zero photos or videos that the campus can produce to the contrary. Which is why they have produced nothing other than blurry images, which Tyler's family knows is not him. Tyler has never once expressed any thoughts of wanting to do something bad to himself. She wants to make that clear. The federal government is lying about absolutely everything other than the fact that that was Tyler's GUN. Now, not that we needed any further proof, but Tyler Robinson did not author those Discord messages. I would like to again stress that he has never been to the UVU campus, but, and I need to confirm this later, I believe he was around the campus on that day. I will have more on this later, but I wanted to immediately publish that Tyler Robinson, again, is not thinking about any of these thoughts. Plus, his dad, that did the right thing after realizing that his son was guilty, is a federal lie. Okay? I hope you guys were able to read between the lines and figure out. I'm going to play a small clip of Candace alluding to the fact of her putting this into her stories and giving some more context. She's going to give us a further deep dive on Monday. Here is a quick video of Candace. Take a listen.
I received some information, a communication, which answered a lot of questions that the public has had about the story, or rather the non-story that we are getting from the feds, the push that Tyler Robinson is this lone shooter, which they're trying to establish as a fact.
All right, like I said from the beginning, this is major accusations. To go as far as to say the federal government is lying to you. We gave you a story last week that we heard that, the feds are looking for Candace or want to speak to her. We heard that, she's kind of like moving around differently. Things have gotten worse. That's no more speculation. That is just a fact. There's certain things that I have heard that I'm not going to say. I'm going to wait for Candace to say it. Apparently, she's setting up some things and doing some things this weekend. I know somebody that knows somebody close on her team, and she is going to have a lot to say on Monday. I'm just going to leave it there for now. Candace, has been known to say some salacious things, and like I admitted at the top, there's some times where I'm like, yo, Candace, I feel like she's doing this for alternative reasons, or maybe some selfish reasons. I believe that Candace is doing this because she wholeheartedly believes it. I believe that she's doing it because her and Charlie were friends. Some people are like, oh, they weren't even that close. And she's saying that they were best friends or whatever. She has showed us enough evidence and enough proof and enough pictures and text messages and that stuff to show that they did have a close relationship. Maybe they weren't as close at the time, but that to me is people who are trying to silence Candace and to try to make her seem like she is not telling the truth. And just like the Kardashians in the first breaking story of what they're trying to do to Perez Hilton, I might try to start doing to me and other content creators who start picking up these stories. That means Candace is on to something. We will follow this story up on Monday. Like I said, Candace is, from what I've heard, getting prepared to drop some facts, some hardcore facts on us. We will follow this up, and I will let you guys know what is going on. Until then, let me know what you guys think about all of this. Do you think Tyler Robinson is either something to do with it and there's other people? Do you think that he was paid by other people? Do you think that there was a group? What do you think about this Charlie Kirk and Tyler Robinson saga? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Our second lead story, Jimmy Kimmel Live to resume airing on Sinclair ABC stations, ending blackout in dozens of cities. Sinclair Broadcast Group announced it would once again carry Jimmy Kimmel Live on its ABC affiliate stations, lifting the blackout that kept the show off air in dozens of U.S. cities. The network had previously blacked out the show even after ABC reinstated it nationally in response to controversial remarks made by Kimmel. Sinclair says its decision to resume airing comes after engaging with local communities and advisors' feedback and reaffirming its duties to balance national programming with local interest. In an official statement, Sinclair emphasized, our objectives throughout this process has been to assure that programming remains accurate and engaging for the widest possible audience. The company noted that it must juggle responsibilities to its communities while also honoring its network's obligations. The blackout had affected major markets, including Washington, D.C. and Seattle, spotlighting tension around media, free speech, and affiliate control. This is crazy. Depending on which side you're on, I mean, this is a huge step down, a huge loss for Sinclair and Nexstar. When we told you about this story from day one, I played the video from Brendan Carr, who's the FCC chairman. I went on Instagram. I did everything. And I let you all know that this has to do with backroom transactions. And this is really all about Donald Trump. Now, through the days and, the time that people started seeing the truth, there was so much backup for Jimmy, and things took such a turn that now, a week later, Sinclair has to completely back down from their claims. If you guys remember, when I first told you about this, Brendan Carr had said that they could do this the easy way or do it the hard way when it comes to Jimmy Kimmel. The Sinclair and Nexstar want to buy Topanga for $6 billion, and they need FCC approval, and they also need FCC to change some regulations in the background for it to work. And when Brendan Carr made this statement, they knew indirectly that if they do not drop Jimmy, that they will not be able to buy and grow their brand by acquiring Topanga. This is all what it had to do. It had nothing to do with people not liking what Jimmy said. All right. They went as far as to say that regardless if ABC brings back Jimmy, they will not until Jimmy apologizes and until he makes a donation to Turning Point USA, Jimmy's organization. Charlie Kirk's organization. Jimmy did not apologize in the way that they wanted to during his monologue, and he certainly didn't give a donation to Charlie Kirk's foundation or any foundation for that matter. So they had to succumb to the pressure of the people. The people have won in this regard. This week, it's people won, Donald Trump and the FCC 0. Now, the reason why I really want to highlight this is because every day when I come on here and I do this show, I try my best to give you guys what's going on while giving you my opinion. And I always try to understand the story and take my emotions out and let you guys know what I think is right or wrong. A lot of you drag me for it sometimes, and you shouldn't say that Donald Trump does anything good, or you shouldn't say that Kamala Harris does anything good. But if somebody's doing something good, I say it. I say that to say this, or I remind you of that to say this. Regardless of what side you're on, if you're in the middle, the left, or the right, nobody will, not nobody, the majority will always win. So if Donald Trump is doing something and trying to do something, if the people, we the people, unite and come together for the issue that Donald Trump or Joe Biden or whatever is trying to push, we the people will always win. I say that to you to remind you when it comes election time, when it comes to midterms, when it comes to local elections, or when it comes to just anything that's going on within the world today. The United States government and FCC tried to take Jimmy Kimmel off the air. And the only reason why he's back on the air and the only reason why Sinclair is now putting him back on their stations with putting their tail between their legs, putting their head in the sand is because of you, the people, did not stand for it. Over 400 celebrities signed letters. People started canceling ABC, Disney, Hulu. They lost $4 billion in market share. So I just want to remind the people in my comment section that are like, oh, Donald Trump is horrible and he does this and he doesn't do this or this person does that. Getting upset at a content creator or somebody in their comment section is one thing, but going out there and making your voice heard and making sacrifices like taking your money away from some of these companies and going out and voting will always be the most effective form of resistance. It is taking action, not with your thumbs, but taking actions, voting, wallet, etc. So just remember this. Jimmy Kimmel is back on the air because of you and we, the people. Let me know what you guys think about the comments in the comment section below. All right, our third lead story. Elon Musk caught in Epstein files. Island trip note leaked. All right, Elon Musk named in Epstein files released by House Oversight Committee. Democrats and the House Oversight Committee released documents related to Jeffrey Epstein's case Friday that showed Elon Musk named on Epstein's daily schedule from 2014. Epstein's 2014 schedule had an entry that read, "Reminder, Elon Musk to island December the 6th. Is it still happening?" Though it does not state which specific island it was referencing. It should be clear to everyone in America that Jeffrey Epstein was friends with some of the most powerful people and wealthiest men in the world, the spokesman for the Oversight Committee Democrats said. The released documents do not directly link Musk to criminal activity or misconduct. The news of Musk's name in the Epstein files comes months after he posted on social media that Donald Trump's appeared in the document, sparking online feud between himself and the president, along with months of outrage from citizens who wanted to see the complete files released. All right. I told you guys, I think last week when Trump and Musk reunited at the that Charlie Kirk's memorial service, I reminded you guys then, and I told you guys back when this whole battle between them started, that I don't believe it. Elon and Tesla was losing so much money that Elon had to make himself look good again. And how do you make yourself look good again? You throw Donald Trump under the bus. When the Democrats don't like you, you throw Donald Trump under the bus, and you see there's no issues or no vandalism at Tesla anymore. I don't know where their stock is at, but you don't hear his name in the headlines as much as he used to. Now that most people have forgotten about it, they could reunite at Charlie Kirk's memorial. Okay, so that beef never happened. They've always been best friends behind closed doors. That was all a setup. Don't fall for the okie doke, y'all. Second reason why I'm bringing that up, or maybe the first reason why I just brought up that first point, is that the same thing goes with this. Are you surprised that Elon Musk was hanging out and chilling with Epstein? I'm not. When he accused Trump of doing that, I know it's because he felt like he was, because he knew that he was in the files too. It's always, redirecting. Trump and Epstein were boys. Elon Musk and Epstein were boys. All them people, even people in the Democratic Party, Bill Clinton, all of them. And I'm bringing this back full circle from, breaking news number 2. Let's get back to the Epstein files. I still don't believe we'll ever get anything. I've been famous for saying that because the Democrats were involved and the Republicans were involved with Epstein, and those are the only two people in power. So that's why Biden didn't release it, because he didn't want to throw his boys or girls under the bus. And that's the reason why Trump is not going to release it, because he doesn't want to throw himself, Elon Musk, and his boys or girls under the bus. But again, like last story, we the people, we have to remember how powerful we are. We have to remember that. I know it seems right now like Donald Trump, MAGA, the House, they have the Senate, the Supreme Court, and of course the presidency. At the end of the day, we, the people, it is our country. We have to keep making noise and applying pressure about this Epstein stuff, because everything I'm seeing this week or the past 2 weeks is to try to deflect from Epstein. And I'm doing my part, and y'all do your part in the comment section below, and remind everybody that we need to get back to the Epstein files. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. All right, this crazy work. Our fourth lead story. Florida man tests new open carry law outside of Walmart. All right, I put up this video on the Trend Out Loud show on Instagram. Go follow it because it has GUNs in it. I cannot play it on YouTube. But for those of you who don't know, Florida is now an open carry state. Florida can now officially open carry GUNs in the state now that a 15-day wait period has expired on an appeal court decision that made a ban on open carry unconstitutional. On September the 10th, a panel of the First District Court of Appeal overturned a 1987 law that made it a misdemeanor to visibly display GUNs. While people were barred for decades from openly carrying GUNs in Florida, they could get a concealed license. Again, like I said, I can't play you the video, but I can play you guys some of the rules that they have to follow in the state, although it's open carry. So this comes from the Tampa Police Department. They say, stay informed, stay safe, and stay responsible. Some areas where open carry will be prohibited includes the Board of County Commission meetings, city commissions, council meetings, courthouses, police stations, sheriff offices, bars. I found that interesting. You're not allowed to open carry in bars or bar areas of restaurants, which means you could be in a restaurant open carry, but not at the bar in the restaurant, or just a bar straight. Schools, school-sponsored events, or property of any school bus or school bus stops, colleges, or any higher education institute. At the direction, listen to this, at the direction of the owner, you may or may not open carry in privately owned establishments such as grocery stores, retail stores, restaurants, dining area only, not bar area. So if it's privately owned and it's a privately owned grocery store, they can be like, no, you can't come in here. You know, it's almost kind of like when they say like, no shirt, no service and that stuff. So if it is privately owned, they could also dictate. What else here? Open carry. This was effective September the 21st. Open carry is what I told you already here. Scope, whatever, blah, 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 and everything. What do you guys think about this in the comment section below? Sound off. It's the amendment rights. I get all of that. I don't know. If you see the video of the guy in the parking lot, like what he has across his neck is crazy. I don't know why anybody would need that, and just in the Walmart in the United States of America. But I do know that people in America do love their GUNs, and they do like their right. It is in the amendment. I just think that we should have better GUN laws. So not so much about the conceal or this or whatever. I just think that the laws of being able to obtain is more what the conversation should be. But I hand this over to y'all to let me know what you think in the comment section below. All right, this brings us to quick news. Ring my bell. Our first quick story. Druski's Toronto fans say he scammed them and they want their money back immediately. All right, I'm going to play a small clip. Let me check to see if I have a write-up about this. I'm going to play a small clip here for you. Sorry. No, I do not. I don't have a write-up here. Sorry. All right, so Druski was in Toronto last night, and people are really not happy. They say that there was some people at the border that didn't get through, apparently Soulja Boy. Some people thought that Drake was going to show up. Some people thought that Justin Bieber was going to show up. But you can't go to a concert or whatever, a comedy show, expecting something other than what is on the bill. Like, I get it. I understand. You're going to Toronto. Everybody thinks Drake's going to pop out. It's just doesn't work like that. And if you're following Druski and you are paying 60, 70 bucks is what I heard the ticket was to go to Druski, you got to know what you're getting. Having said that, I did speak to some people that were there, and how they explained it to me was not that they were not that only that yes they were expecting some other like celebs to pop up, but just the level of quality that he brought to be filling up an arena like that, or a stadium, not a stadium, but an arena like that. They thought was subpar. So here are some reactions. Take a listen.
At Scotiabank Arena to see Druski live. Druski, respectfully, what the hell was that? I've never wanted to leave a venue like so quick. It felt like a kid's talent show. That was not it.
Y'all, we just got scammed. Soulja Boy ain't even pull up.
Can you consider that to be a show?
That was so bad.
That was Druski, garbage.
Anyways, I don't think Druski will really be overly affected by this. Every performer gets bad reviews, but it is going really viral and people are really upset. Maybe he might come back and do another surprise show. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Let me know what you think about this. Oh, actually, as this is going on, Druski just announced that him, Kevin Hart, will be showing up for one last sleepover with Kai Cenat and his Mafiathon 3. Kai is, I think, 200,000 subs away from hitting 1 million. And if you guys remember, if he does hit his 1 million mark, he's shaving off his locks. And I think LeBron James is doing the shaving. So y'all know, obviously, he's going to hit it. So Druski's going to be back. Kevin Hart, LeBron James. Druski will be all right, is my point. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. All right, our second quick story. Lakers reportedly decline LeBron James' desire for an extension this offseason. All right, for my for my longtime followers, y'all know that I'm not a big LeBron James fan. I love LeBron James off the court. I like the political involvement, the how he stands for the culture. I love the family man that he is, how he was with his boys, with his wife, Savannah, shout out to all that. But on the court, it's Jordan and Kobe all day. I don't like LeBron. As a player, he is a good dude. I want him to retire. I want him to not tie Kobe Bryant's 5 ring. I don't want him to get any closer to Jordan. I want him to retire so that, we could stop this debate that I don't even think should be a debate, that Jordan is the GOAT, Kobe, and then we could talk about LeBron, all right? So I'm happy to report this. LeBron James reportedly wanted to lock in a short extension with the Lakers this offseason, but the front office wasn't interested. Now he'll play out his $52.6 million option with no guarantee future past this season, and this could be the beginning of the end in LA. It's wild considering everything he's given to the game and the Lakers, leading them to a 2020 NBA championship, becoming the NBA's all-time leading scorer, 4-time MVP, 20-time All-Star, 19 times All-Star selection, 2-time gold medalist, and the finals MVP in 3 different franchises. Something nobody has ever done before. He's still not Jordan. For the first time in 23 seasons, LeBron is on an expiring deal with no long-term security. After breaking records and redefining greatness year after year, he's once again betting on himself to prove he's still elite. That's crazy. That's crazy that for the first time in his career, he's playing under no sort of guarantee. There has been speculation that he might want to go to Cleveland, play his last year here in LA, and then maybe do his closeout season in Cleveland the next year. I would like to see him just end it off this year, LeBron. Just call it a day, bro. You know what I mean? You definitely know if you stay on the West Coast, you're definitely not winning a chip. It's going to be another embarrassing year. The league is really putting pressure on guys to, play out the season, make sure you show up for the regular season. So it's not like you're going to be able to oh, my ankle, my groin, my this, and only play half the year. There's going to be pressure for you to play for the whole year. Just announce that you're retiring and just go out, bro. It's it. You're the 3rd best player of all times. That's, you know what? I would even put him as 4th because it's Kobe, it's Jordan, Kobe, Steph Curry, because Steph revolutionized the game of basketball, and then LeBron. I could even find like a fourth and put LeBron fifth, but just for the sake of today, we'll put him fourth so that at least he could be on Mount Rushmore. He deserves to be on the basketball Mount Rushmore with the accolades, especially the ones I just read. So let me know what you guys think about this. Should LeBron retire or should he maybe play a couple more years? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Our third quick story. Nike and Skims launch Fizzle in NYC. Kim K collab doesn't draw big crowds or big raves. All right, here's a picture. I think this is in New York at the Nike flagship store. Look at that line. That is horrible, really bad. Despite all the hype, just a handful of fans showed up for the Nike Skims collab launch in NYC Friday morning, and the post put the pieces to the test. I posted this on our Instagram page, the Trend Out Loud show, and literally it was like one of the worst posts we ever posted up. Like it got like no likes, no views, no nothing. And I was like, all right, maybe our followers are not into it. I think I still talked about it on the show, if I remember correctly. Oh yeah, because I remember telling you guys like how I really liked the campaign. I think they signed on 50 female athletes led by Serena Williams. And I know I talked to you guys about it at least one time. I took down the post on our Instagram page. And I heard some rumblings this week. I was in New York this week, and I heard a couple of people talking about it. For it to flop this bad is really, really, really bad. Now, this has nothing to do with Kim and like the negativity and some of the things that we hear like Ray J talking about. If you're asking me, this has to do with Nike. Now, a lot of you know my background. I had a Nike account for over 10 years. I've actually brought Nike to court with my sneaker boutiques, etc. But just Nike's fall from grace over the past 2 or 3 years, they're looking for Kim to bring Nike up, where I feel like the Skims fan or the Skim customer doesn't want a Nike Skims collab. 10 years ago, this would have been fire. You know what I mean? Like I had it in every single one of my stores. I had a dedicated wall that we call For Her. That was Nike's offense. And we were one of the only stores in North America that our brand, every single store, the minute you walk in, we led with her. And it was amazing. We had great amount of sales, but with the fall off of the Nike brand, with the fall off of like the nostalgicness, and now with like New Balance, Asics, and On and all of these things, I feel like Skims would have done far better teaming up with one of these new footwear brands that are coming up and doing big things, and not with like old Nike. Like this is horrible. Anyways, any of you who wear Skims, let me know if you would be interested, but clearly by the people outside, nobody cares. Nike's done with. That's what you get for playing Trend Out Loud. Yes, I was the first one to call them out, and I was the first one to leave, and close my account down and get out of the Nike business. Yeah, I love stories like this. All right, okay, I'm done. All right, our fourth, I haven't written it down. I think it's our fourth. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, our fourth quick story. Ice Cube's tour bus firebombed in Portland, mistaken for an ICE deportation bus. All right, very bad. Hold on, I know I do have a write-up here. I promise you guys no editing, so hold on a second. Here we go, yes. All right, here is the write-up. Chaos in Portland. Ice Cube's tour bus caught fire near Southwest Oak and Broadway. Flames from the wheel well, heavy smoke, but thankfully no injuries. Now, rumors swirl. Did somebody firebomb it or think they... Sorry, did somebody firebomb it or think they were attacking an ICE deportation bus? With the bold ICE on the side, confusion is real and danger is closer than we think. Investigators are combing through the footage. The message is loud. Art, activism, and autonomy are mixing in a dangerous way. Okay, where did that come from? I don't want to add fuel to this fire. Like I said earlier, I think we should wait to see things. Obviously, something happened to his tour bus. Is it because Ice Cube was written on the side. Some of the pictures that I have seen, his bus didn't have Ice Cube written on the side of it. From what we see from these video footages here, it doesn't look like the same bus that some people are putting up online. I think what some people are doing, maybe on the right, because I've seen one person on TikTok saying, oh, these people, Antifa people, these people are whatever. They don't know the difference between Ice Cube or ICE from the government, and they see ICE and they're doing this to Ice Cube's tour bus. That's the narrative they're trying to spin. I really have a hard time believing that they saw ICE and thought that it was an ICE deportation bus, because you can clearly see, which I'm not even going to put the picture up, on his older tour bus, it says Ice Cube, and that tour bus was white. This one here that got firebombed is like silver, and there's not even written any ICE on it at all. So I did reach out to somebody in Ice Cube's camp. They didn't get back in touch with me as the time I'm recording this. So we'll see. I want to know. I'm trying to find out, was there ICE written on the bus at all? If I do find out, I'll let you guys know tomorrow. And I want to know from Ice Cube himself, does he feel like it was mistaken? Does he feel like he was targeted? Because it could be that too. It could be where somebody didn't like the show. It could be somebody that has beef, like whatever. It's like I told you at the top of the show, I never look at or believe what I'm hearing first. There's always something more to it, and there's always a source that has information. And you guys know that I have no problems going to my sources and finding out the information. So this is new. We actually just posted it on our Instagram page. We will get to the bottom of this and let y'all know. Anybody have any information, reach out, send me a DM or an email. We could talk. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. All right, our fifth quick story. This is a follow-up. ICE officer or ICE agent placed on leave after shocking video of him throwing woman to the ground goes viral. Hey, how come I have another story here? I just realized I forgot to tell you guys about it. I don't think it's important. A U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement ICE officer has been suspended after a video surfaced Thursday showing him throwing a woman to the ground in New York City. The disturbing footage captured the woman pleading in Spanish with a plainclothes ICE officer at one point begging, "Please take me too." She can be heard saying, "They are going to unalive him." Then he pulled my hair. Okay, etc., etc. I don't want to read all of that. Blah blah blah. The New York City said that the woman's husband was detained in front of his family without a warrant or explanation. DHS Assistant Secretary called the officer's action unacceptable and confirmed that he's been placed on leave pending investigation. The woman, identified as Monica, was hospitalized and later released. Speaking afterwards, she expressed disbelief in her treatment in America. She says, "Over in El Salvador, they do this to us there too. I didn't think I would come to United States and the same thing would be happening to me again." All right, we decided not to play the video yesterday. I'm still not going to play it. I'm sure most of you have seen it. It is on our Instagram page, The Trend Out Loud Show. Y'all should be following it anyways. We actually just posted that and a couple of other videos that have been surfacing over this weekend of things that are happening across the country with ICE agents. Like I said at the top of the show, of course, I'm fully aware of that turmoil, but let's not let Donald Trump play in our faces and let this overshadow some bigger issues, not only just Epstein, but Epstein, tariffs, the economy, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. I feel like that, when Donald Trump first got into office, we were dealing with certain things, whether we liked it or not. But I think for the past month or so, we've been dealing with all of these like superficial things. Let's get back to like the real core of America. Let's get back to the economy. Let's get back to housing. Let's get back to prices. Let's get back to inflation. Let's get back to like mortgage rates. Like, when is the last time I sat down here and talked to you guys about that? I do know that Trump and his team just did like a tariff raise a couple of days ago, but enough with all of this other stuff. Let's get back to what's really important. All right. And I'm definitely happy to hear about what's happening to this ICE agent. And just lastly, before I put a button on this, what investigation? Do you not see the video? Like, what else? Like, fire him. Done. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. All right, y'all. This brings us to my favorite, and I'm sure your favorite segment of the day. Questions, comments, social discussion, all put in one today, all right? It's Saturday, we're putting everything together. Before we get to comments and social discussion, I have a very important question for you. Is your computer, laptop, or cell phone vulnerable to data breaches? Well, let me answer that question for you. Yes, they all are if you're not using Aura, the all-in-one digital security platform. Go to my sponsor below, aura.com/trend-out-loud to get your 14-day free trial to see if any of your data has already been exposed. Credit card, banking, social security number, address, your home address. Very dangerous out here. You need to be protected, all right? If you ever wonder how scammers get your cell phone number or house number, or why your inbox is filled with spam, here is why. There are companies called data brokers, and they sell your information, and they do it without your consent, and they make billions of dollars selling your information to marketers, scammers, and even stalkers. If you've ever bought anything online, the minute you press purchase or submit, your information goes out, and these people sell your information to stalkers and these people on the net that do bad things with your information. That's what Aura is all about. You sign up with them free for the first 14 days, and they show you all of your information that is out there, and they could take it off and delete it all. It's the most safest digital security platform available today, and they could show you everything that they could do for free. If you want to stay on a plan after, that's up to you, but you can get it for free. They're interested in showing you how well they could work. So sign up, all right? That is why I recommend today's sponsor, Aura, to my family, friends, and out louders. Aura takes care of the hard part, automatically removing your information off of these sites on the dark web and keeping them off. With Aura, you get alerts if any of your personal information is ever found on the dark web, real-time fraud alerts if your credit card or banking information is ever found to be on one of these sites. You also get a secure VPN, antivirus, password manager, and they have US-based around-the-clock customer service. And in the event that anything does go wrong, Aura also offers a $5 million identity theft insurance package. All right? Link below, QR code beside me. Make sure y'all sign up. Do not miss out. Also, before we get to comments of the day, just want to remind you to sign up to our membership, the Trent Out Loud membership. We have member-only lives. Where's my little list? We have member-only lives. We have member-only videos, early access to new videos, member shout-outs, loyalty badges, and most importantly, you get more access to moi. I do weekly or bi-weekly videos, vlogs, just kind of getting a little bit more intimate and more personal. If you like the show, you're going to love what we have in memberships, all right? So the link is below, or somewhere on the page, you'll see membership or join now button. There's different levels to join up. They give you all the same access, all right? So the first one, just Out Louders, gives you full access. The other ones like Family, Proud, etc. Those are just fun little options if you want to pay a little bit more and support your boy. You'll see it there when you click. It says, send Trent a nice lunch, take him out to dinner, etc. All right, but you only just need to take the first one to get full access. Now, I want to go to comments. Today's comments are going to be a little different. I want to use this time to let you know about some scamming in the comment section that a couple of people had brought to my attention. Now, when I was on live in New York, I saw somebody saying, "Hey, Trent, did you really just WhatsApp me? And if you did, I'll send you my number, but I'm a little confused of why you WhatsApp me on live." And I saw that comment while I was reading the comments, and I was like, what the heck is going on? Then I saw somebody send me this in my DMs, and they said, "Hey, Trent, did you send me this?" I'm going to put it up here, and you'll see Wendy saying, love your show. Let's go. Morning here. Greeting from the Netherlands. Then there's a reply to that comment, and it says, "What's up number?" And then it gives you a number, and then it says, "Big thanks. Hey there. I need to clarify a few things about your comments and share some important with you." But if you notice, the name says Trent Out Loud, and it has my picture, but it's Trent-Out-Loud. That is not me. That is somebody trying to scam you. So please be careful. I don't comment on your comments. As you guys know fully well, we use the show to comment on your comments. We use this section to comment on your comments. We've always done that. So just know that anybody who's commenting on your comments, it's never me. And we only have one YouTube account, and it's always just Trent Out Loud, okay? Here is another one from Natasha. She wrote, love those glasses. And then you'll see Trent Out Loud replied, and again, what's up number, and says, thanks. Hey there, I need to clarify. And then there's read more. Again, you'll see it's the same picture that's on our YouTube channel. But if you look closely, it's Trent Out Loud. And then the last digit is a 0. So if you look quickly, you just look at the avatar picture, you see it's a picture that we reuse, but really, really look at the name and you'll see it's some sort of alternative to my name. The only account that we have is Trent Out Loud straight. And if you look at this Trent Out Loud 0, you'll see there's only one subscriber, okay? And that's clearly not us. Having said all of that, so just be careful. Having said all of that, I did go to one comment from the first original comment here from, I think it's Wendy. Wendy said, hi, Trent. Wendy here from the Netherlands. This was her first original comment, okay? Love your show so much. First thing I do every morning, and now you're blessing us with these weekend shows also. Thank you for the hard work, and let's go. Love you. So shout out to Wendy, shout out to Natasha for sending me those comments, for supporting. Of course, love that you guys are loving the weekend shows, and we love bringing them to you as well, all right? So be very careful out there. I will always respond to your comments in the comment section, never in the actual feed. And if I ever do, it will be from the only account that is actually our account, and that is Trend Out Loud, all right? Thank you guys very much for your comments. And now let's go over to, like I said, I'm putting them together, social discussion and question of the day. Would you loan a family member money knowing you'll never get it back? First person said, anyone I loan money to, I don't expect to get it back. Another person said, my kids, yeah. My kids, yes, at any age, I'll do anything for them. Another person said, never lend out money if you can't afford to not get it back. Another person said, it depends on who. Like my nephew, who's in grade school in LA, absolutely. Now, if it's my cousin just ripping and running the streets, not doing anything, heck no. Another person says, that's not a loan, it's charity. Depends on the amount the person had and the reason. I no longer loan anyone any money. It's not coming, I no longer lend anyone any money. It's not coming back. Will not entertain the conversation. Like my grandmother always said, if you don't have it to lend, don't expect to ever get it back. Don't give anything that you can't afford to not get back. I give money to people with the expectations that I won't get it back. And if I do, I will not do that person another favor. And the last person said, okay, that has a swear word in it. I can't say that. Another person said, I don't loan more giving family money anymore. Yeah, that's wrong. They use it as an ATM and they're not reliable themselves. All right. Listen, y'all know I'm a very big family person. Huge. But the one strict, very, 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 very strict rule I have with family is not only don't lend money. If you want to give it, fine, but don't lend money. Don't do anything with money. Don't team up with them. Don't do a business. Don't work. Don't do anything with family members. I have a very strict rule when it comes to that. Like, keep that separate. Family is so beautiful. You only have one family. You don't get to pick your family. Your sister, your brother, your cousin will always be your sister, your brother, your cousin. And money, unfortunately, because you guys know how much I despise money. It's not even really real, but we won't get into that today. It's such a shame when money gets in between a family. As you guys know, I had a lot of stores and a lot of opportunities to give back to my family and hire them. I never did, except in this circumstance. And if you're at this point in a business, then do this. My cousins, so like my second cousins, my younger cousins, or my god's kids, or my godsons, I would let them work at the store level when I had nothing to do with the store level. So for example, hey, you're looking for a job? Here, go to this store. They obviously know you're my cousin or my nephew or my godson or whatever. But I have no interaction with them at all. You know what I mean? Like that's the time when I had 10 stores. When I had one store and I was working there, no. But to the point where I have hundreds of employees, I don't have any sort of interaction with them. You know what I mean? They get hired by their assistant manager. They report to their manager. Then the manager has, a district manager. And then there's a COO, whatever. You're 5 or 6 people before you get to me. So that, in a sense, that is no problem because that won't have any effect. If somebody fires you, it has nothing to do with me. But anytime where you guys are working together on a level and you are paying them and you got to report to them and you got to jump around from them being your family member to deciding if they get a raise, deciding if they're paid, deciding if they get a warning, do not do it. It is not worth it. Family is so much more important than money and anything like that. All right. So that's my 2 cents with family. Getting back more on the question now, loaning, I feel the exact same way. Giving, if you have to give, like most of these comments, give. Don't expect to get it back. And most of the times, even if they want to give it back, I'll say, it's okay. I'm in a place that I could do that. If you're not, of course, take it back. But try to give. That is your family member. That is your loved ones. And hopefully, if you are ever in a position that you need from them, they will remember when you gave to them and they will give to you, because that is what family is for. I didn't even let my family buy sneakers from my store. They would come in, they'd be like, I'd be like, go. Of course, my family's a good family that didn't take advantage, they would try, but I'd be like, no. So much so that they would go and order on the website without me knowing, because they know that I wouldn't want to take money from them. So family is the most important thing. So those are my 2 cents. That is my 2 cents. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. All right, y'all, that is a wrap on this Friday night, Sunday morning show. I hope you liked it. I hope you have a great Saturday night. I hope you have a great Sunday morning wherever you are in the world. Before I let you go, just want to remind you once again, sign up for memberships. You'll see the link in the description or somewhere here above or around me. You'll see memberships or join up. Looking to have a lot more fun and a lot more personal interactions with y'all. We are looking to maybe do a live with only the out louders, where it's not comments, that we're going to do it across like a Zoom or on a platform where we can all turn our cameras on and speak and talk with each other. And then we might just post it up. So if you're interested in that, make sure you sign up to our membership so your voice can be heard. We have some one-on-one conversations or whatever it is, how many people are there. So there's that. Make sure y'all sign up. Also, don't forget to sign up for Aura, also in the link below or the QR code beside me. Ever bought anything online, even one thing, your information is out there. Aura could take that all off for you and keep you protected. Also, just want to remind you of all the ways to keep up with the Trend Out Loud show. For those of you who like to listen in a podcast format, we're available on all podcast platforms. Just go to any site, type in Trend Out Loud, the show will pop up. Don't forget to hit the follow and subscribe button so that you can be notified every time I upload a new show. And just like YouTube, we upload daily, even during the weekends now. For those of you who are like me and prefer to watch shows like this with video, my favorite way to digest, make sure you head on over to YouTube, type in Trend Out Loud, the show will pop up. I'm going to need you to do 5 things over on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, that gets the algorithming. 3, please make sure to try and comment. We do this show together. This is our show. I need your involvement. I ask questions, I bring the topics, and if nobody answers me, I'm just doing this by myself. So I really need y'all to join in on the conversation. For those of you who don't want to join in on the conversation, no pressure, totally understandable. But if you do me a favor, I love that this is a global podcast, and I love to see where you are listening from. So please let me know the country and city you are listening from. 4, if you're really enjoying the show, please try to share it with your family, friends, and loved ones, because that helps in growing the channel. And 5th and lastly, like I said, please sign up for our memberships. We have some really fun things and exclusive things coming for y'all, so sign up now. For those of you who want to follow me outside of the show, I'm available on all social platforms, and it's also the same handle, Trend Out Loud. Never Trend out loud or Trend 000. It's always Trend Out Loud, all right? So make sure you follow me. I am the most active on Instagram, so make sure you follow me there. And speaking of Instagram, please follow the Trend Out Loud show on Instagram. We are working very, very hard, keeping active, keeping stories, and keeping you guys up to date with everything that's going on. And if you are an avid listener to the show, it gives you some information on the stories that we're talking about. You guys get to see the full videos. And when it comes to the show, you get to hear my opinion on it. And then we hand it off over to you. And you could comment below on what you think about it. All right. So it's a full circle, out louder platform. All right. So make sure you follow us. I will see y'all tomorrow and have a great night or a great day. Peace. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, Trent Out Loud. Peace. For more content, you could subscribe, download, or listen to the Trent Out Loud podcast wherever you listen to your podcast, or you could watch us on YouTube. Just search Trent Out Loud. For showtimes and updates, you could follow us on all social platforms at Trent Out Loud.